Now, as I continue to think about change, I remember that that was a very significant point in my life because I made high school work for me. I graduated, went on to college, and did everything that I could to better myself despite my environment. And I remember that as I was trying to change myself and better myself, I had a lot of toxic people. That's my second point. These toxic people spoke negative things into me. How many people in here know people who talk a lot but don't really have nothing to say? It happens all the time. They always are negative. They always complain. They always, even at your jobs. You know, you have people who complain all the time. They complain about the boss. They complain about their coworkers. They complain about the workload or the long hours. You know, in my opinion, sometimes I'm grateful to just have a job. Or I'm grateful to just have a family. And you know, a lot of things happen throughout those situations, especially when we have people who are speaking so much negative stuff into us, we don't know how to get out of it. Now, I remember my mom one day came to me and she said, you know, Everett, I've always wanted to go to college. And my mom plays a very significant piece in this story and in what I'm sharing with you today about change. Because what happened with my mom was she just made a decision to go to college after 22 years of never going to school. And I said, you know what, Mom, you were there for me and I helped you when I needed to. And you know what, you always supported me. You had my back. It's time for you to go and follow your dream. If you go to college, I'll support you. And I did. I watched her go through finals, I watched her go through midterms, and I watched her pull her hair out. And it's interesting because I just got my degree, but here I am studying with my mom about midterms and finals. It's the most impacting thing I've ever seen. But what got me was the toxic people that were in her life. My family, unfortunately, told her that she was too old to go back to school. They put her down, they didn't support her. Her classmates who were younger than her, who were fresh out of high school and back in college, they told her that they didn't want her to be a part of her group. That killed me. I remember I wanted to go to her school and kill some people. That to me just spoke volumes about how she was and where she was positioned. But I remember that I spoke life into her. I told her, it's not like that. You can make the difference, you can make the change, and she stuck it out. And as I continue to understand more and more about her process, the other thing I realized about change is that sometimes in change, we have to get rid of our toxic thinking. We think so much negative things about ourselves. And we inherit these negative things that we've been maybe accustomed to in our lives. And I see the question that I always ask is that let's just say, if you had a friend who spoke to you the same way you speak to yourself, how long would you be friends with that individual? And I remember that my family, they didn't support my mom, but I had to because that was my place. I wanted her to get to her goal. I wanted her to reach her dream. And I remember on her graduation, I'm there with my whole family. And now, mind you, 13 brothers and sisters, but just her son supported her through this journey. Graduation day comes up, we're in the audience, and my family says, don't embarrass me, don't embarrass us.